I know the law, Phil. I know the law too well. Then you ought to know that there ain't no way to beat the law. White folks live by it, and niggas die by it.
I always explain this to people, like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed. Do the math. That's 12 a year, you know, that you have to spend, use,
save,
invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, just being real. I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna give my mama a house, I'm gonna do, everything costs money. So if you spending $4 million a year, that's really 40 million over 5 years, 8 a year, you know? And now you start breaking down the numbers, it's like, that's a 5-year span of where you're getting 8 million. Can you make that last forever? And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position, like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime.
It's Focus Connect back in the building. And I think Odell Beckham Jr. have lost his ever-loving mind. This guy said that you can't live a lifetime off $100 million when you got people out here living off $50,000 a year and less and surviving. You are in a position to create generational wealth with the right brain. But of course, you wouldn't be able to make it last a lifetime when you're trying to hang with the it crowd. When you're trying to make purchases that could take care of a person for a year of one purchase, one watch, one car, and you telling me that you can't live off $100 million a year. On top of Odell Beckham Jr. had got a Nike deal that was $25 million, where he was getting $5 million a year from that. Not even counting the other endorsements he had with Head and Shoulders, with Foot Locker, with Lenovo, which is a tech company, and then Daniel Wellington, which is a high-end watch company. You mean to tell me this man had all this money coming in and he didn't put no money in no type of mutual fund, he didn't put no money in no type of stocks, he didn't make any type of investments? For y'all that don't know, of $20 million, you'll get $1.2 million a year just off the interest. Then you can break it down even more. Of $60 million, if you spend $1 million a year without even investing, that's 60 years worth of living. You get the contract while you're in your 20s. You can spend $1 million a year and you spend money up until you 80 if you live that long. But who gets this type of money and don't invest? Or should I be asking, why don't they invest when you can get this crazy interest off this money? And then they try to tell people, they want us to be ignorant and stupid and not process the fact that they're just wasting money. You can live a very good life off of $500,000 to $1 million a year. You got people living damn good off a couple $100,000 a year. I look at another thing with the situation. He was dating Kim Kardashian. And I want to understand why everybody that get with the Kardashians are only getting with them for the notoriety, getting with them for the attention, or also just getting with them to say they slept with the Kardashian. Kim Kardashian net worth is $1.9 billion. Her sisters are worth, one of them worth $670 million. And the other ones are at like 65 million, 40 some million. So why aren't you getting in that family and going the business route with the relationship? It just shows you the lack of knowledge that our people have. The fact that people are just living a lifestyle based on having fun. With $100 million, I would get to the point where I'm tired of the fun. Once I do everything I want to do, have me a nice luxurious home, have all the type of trappings and everything that I want to have in life, that probably wouldn't have took up but $5 million of mine. And from there, I would have been thinking about collecting on the interest. A lot of these people get to the point where they trying to keep up with the Joneses, as they used to say. And like I say, I don't see how, I don't understand how you can get with the Kardashian and you're not thinking numbers. Man, let's start another business, Kim. Let me invest in one of them businesses you got going on, Kylie. Let me get in where I fit in. I would not base it around solely on some love stuff or on the media aspect of it. If you my girlfriend and if we dating to the point where it's serious and it's all in the spotlight, we going to a deeper level at that point. Because if I'm just hitting you, we're not gonna be seen in the spotlight. So I think that's where a lot of things have changed in this day and time, man. I think people thinking it's a flex just to show that you dealing with certain type of female. But in the end, you telling me you gonna get with that Kardashian brand and you not gonna maximize off of that? I get so in on the business side with that situation to the point that when we break up, we'll still be business partners. See, I'm one of them guys, I would have loved to get in the Kardashian clan because I'm gonna be thinking business at that point. But it's sad to see so many of our entertainers, so many people that get blessed with this money and they don't understand and they just forget where they came from. They just forget that it's people out here living off $100,000 a year. People at McDonald's, I don't even think they making $30,000 a year. They might not be living the best life, but they got shelter, food, clothes. And you telling me a person that made $100 million couldn't comfortably live off spending $1 million a year? You can help people. And then like with the houses that they buy, man, move to the South somewhere. Whatever you got to do while you playing for these teams. That's one thing. But wouldn't you want to maximize like how people live in Georgia? Buy you some land, build you a big house. You ain't even, like how Boosie did, you ain't even got to worry about no neighbors. You ain't got to worry about no HOA fees or none of that. Buy you some land and build on it. Why are we not taking that approach as black people after all of the knowledge we gained of people blowing money? When you look back at the amount of money Mike Tyson blew, like $300 million. Time and time again, you see people that get to touch amounts of money that 99% of the world would never see. And these people are not humble enough to still think about, I could be in the position that those 99% are in. You're gonna totally look over the fact that you are an anomaly for being able to make that much money. Pure talent. This man broke all of the rookie records. This man had 75 receptions rookie year, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns in the rookie season. Man broke a rookie record for most receiving yards per game. 2014 offensive rookie of the year. Then in 2016 became the fastest NFL player in history to reach both 200 receptions and 4,000 receiving yards. All that talent with no brain. At some point, man, the fun don't matter. I don't see how everything just, once the money gone, then you come to your senses. Like, even if you get a certain amount of money, why are you spending it till it's all gone? If you touch it, even after the taxes, break it down to 40 to 60 million, whatever he said it was. Once you spend so many millions, why aren't you comfortable? Why do you feel as if you have to compete with other people who keep getting new money and that's gonna eventually end up falling off anyway? Why would you try to compete with people like Jay-Z or try to have the same type of things they have when you know you want injury from your money stopping right there at that point? Outside of whatever guarantees you got in your contract, certain people get amounts of money and then they feel like they don't have to listen to the common man. But you can learn a lot from the common man because the struggles and the sacrifices that they're going through to live day to day, that should open your eyes to view this as if, thank God, I'm not in that position. So let you cherish what you have. I just don't get it, man. I honest to God don't get it. And this man got up boldly and proudly speaking this foolishness. And then the guy that was interviewing him even said it when he was saying all the different things that cost with the money. He threw in save. Why was saving not an option? I'm out.